Reality TV, like everyone's watching all these flip this show, this house, that house. I mean, there's so darn many of them these days. Actually, I know you don't like to be painted with that brush, but you guys were on one of those shows. Without giving away the secrets of being a magician, how real are the reality shows?
I feel like it's not necessarily that they're not real. I feel like they may make it seem that it's a lot easier to do things, or that you run into certain situations that are either overdone or underdone. And what I mean by that is, somebody may just, I'm going to buy this house, I'm going to flip it, and then they show you, and a half hour later the house is done. And then you go to do it yourself, and then you think, holy heck, I didn't know to look for this, I didn't know to look for that. And that kind of ties into having a good education that's behind you, so that you know to look for these certain things. But also, Adam can attest to it. I mean, there are certain things that may be over embellished or under embellished, but I think getting your hands dirty in real life is where you'll learn a lot more, not necessarily just by watching a TV show.
Right.
Yeah, they for sure want to show the glamour side of it and not all the dirt.
Years ago, I was talking to Ty Pennington, and the whole move this bus. I'm like, Ty, how in the world are you guys doing a house in 5 days? And he goes, oh, it's not 5 days, Rob. It's 3 days. We have a day of setup and a day of cleanup. Before all that, there's 3 days we're doing that. It just blows my mind, because then I start questioning myself as an investor like you guys. I'm like, well, geez, why am I so slow? Why did this take me 45 days? I don't get it. It should be 3 days. But with unlimited budget, good, cheap, and fast, things can change quite a bit.
24-hour shifts and 27 contractors.
Yeah.
So, when we did our show, that's what we had. We had like 27 contractors, and we did it in like 17 days or something like that. It wasn't a full-out 3-day job like them, but we don't typically flip a house in 17 days, start to finish, top to bottom in real life, but we had that many people there because we had to.
Now, when you were using, and we won't dwell on this whole reality show thing, but when you had 27 contractors there, were these contractors that you got to choose and your normal people that you guys worked with, or were these provided by the show?
Oh, it could be a combination. So they had wanted us to provide a list, and I gave them 60 different contractors that we either had used or I knew of. And then they also did a lot of marketing on their end that brought in contractors all the way from the Pittsburgh area. And then we had a big open house type of interview where they just kind of interviewed the people, and the people that we did select were people that we actually had used in the past because they understood our systems, they understood the pricing and the speed.
Okay, when I hear you talk about having 27 contractors all on one set, and they're expecting you to manage them and handle all this yourself?
Well, I think it's a little bit a combination of both. So the production team, they're going to have an agenda of, okay, the tile's going in the bathroom today, and then later on this afternoon we're taking a scene in the kitchen, or we're doing something out on the porch. So there's an agenda. So every contractor is going to know, okay, I'm in this scene, I'm in this scene, and then behind the scenes there's other things going on, because nobody really cares to watch all the drywall go up, or the meticulous painting that has to happen, or the sanding of the stairs. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and my problem that I have is that I'm a control freak, and I like to have my hand and know exactly what's going on and tell everybody what's going on and making sure that it's organized, whereas we may have a production company or a team that hasn't ever flipped a house in their life trying to organize these contractors. So they may not be super efficient with it, but it works out, and everybody has to work together.
Right. Yeah. When I hear about having 27 contractors all in one place at one time, and I'm just being honest, it's probably a little controversial to even say, but I just imagine herding cats, for one, and then two, to have 27 of them that are together enough in their lives at one time. It's like, I've done this a long time, just as you have, and how many people are you guys still working with from job 1 to job 50 or wherever you are now? The same crew has followed you all the way through.
It's not always been the same crew, and you definitely, as rehabbers, as we adapt our business, we also find better contractors. So I like to ask for referrals from somebody, like, say you have a drywaller, and then do you know a painter? And these people will all work together, but every contractor, I agree with you, they all have different personalities. You get them all together in a room, and they probably know so-and-so because they worked on this job together and they didn't get along. It's definitely you, as the rehabber, taking control of the job, letting everybody know this is the role that you play, do your job, let's not worry about what so-and-so's doing, and kind of, you have to be the boss, you're paying at the end of the day, they're working on your schedule, and let's leave the drama out of it. Let's just move on and be professionals.